Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're going to take a look at Shadow Entei in the Great League here. We have a very interesting team with the Cresselia and zdsgfhdfzgx core, which I already showcased prior, which is a pretty decent core, and we have the Shadow Entei as a safe swap here. A Pokemon that I actually haven't seen anybody ever use in Great League. I literally looked actually on YouTube, I looked for people who run like Entei before. I saw one video for Ultra League normal Entei and I think one video in Spanish for Shadow Entei in the Master League. None even regular in the Great League, but maybe I just didn't see it or just didn't come up while I searched. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna take a look at this Pokemon right now. We have Fire Fang as a quick move here, which is a very interesting quick move, as usually you don't really see Pokemon with Fire Fang in the Great League. It also has access to the Fire Spin as a fast move as well, which yeah, like would generate energy faster. I thought of using this, which also would help a little bit better with like charge moves than with like Iron Head, which is not the best charge move to be honest, or like the Flame Charge, which is a pretty cool charge move. But I opted for the Fire Fang just for the potential to farm down Pokemon at the end game, because it just does more damage, and especially with the boost of the Flame Charge, Fire Fang can go through some stuff. As you're actually gonna be able to win this first game here, very nice. Of course, I didn't win positive with the team. Like, this is kind of something that you should expect, that you don't go positive with Shadow Entei in the Great League is maybe kind of obvious. I went for 1-on-1 set though, and I only went slightly negative with this team, so I'm totally fine with this. This thing still had some cool moments, and I kind of put those moments together in this kind of video. We see here Shadow Swampert against us, kind of horrible. Shadow Swampert against our backline can completely destroy this, as we're gonna be able to go for another Grass Knot here, which is nice. But as we see the Wiggly Tough coming in here, I try to catch the potential player off now, because I thought if they're gonna go into this, they're most likely weak to me in the back. They might have a fighter there, and I catch the Ice Beam, which is kind of horrible. I'm just gonna shield this up because it's super effective, and I see they actually have a fighter in the back, but sadly the wrong fighter. So yeah, like I kind of messed it up. If I just stayed in, I would have been able to easily win this game, I think. But like this, Lucario is still gonna be able to get to a Power Punch. We can go for one Fire Punch. But yeah, as you're gonna see here, we're only gonna put him into the red health, as we cannot farm down in time. And they can go for a move here, and unless they don't run Shadow Ball, which they of course do, they're gonna win against me with a Wigglytuff and Lucario. Very cool. We see another Cresselia. Actually, I faced like I think 3 Cresselia in my 25 games I played with this team. And yeah, like usually I don't really see them. It's so cool that I see them now as well, while I run them as well on my side. As we see a Drapion swap in here, which is really good for our Diggersby, as we're gonna be able to at least get 2 shields from here. Like they can, I think, flip this matchup actually in the 2 shield scenario, if I just always go straight Earthquake. But I'm not 100% sure. I guess I don't think they actually can flip the matchup. They can just yeah, they can basically force shields from me, but like right now I can force 2 shields from them, or like we are just low and they cannot get a lot of farm. Both of them are fine for me. Let's see what they're gonna decide to. They're gonna let it go, which is nice for me. And now they don't have a lot of farm against me anymore, and we have a shield advantage, we have switch advantage, we see the Cresselia coming in. And I actually stole my Fire Punch here, expecting that I might be able to just sweep at the end game with my Entei, as I already know that my Entei gonna be good against the Cresselia, as it resists all the moves. We're gonna see here a Stunfisk, and this Galarian Stunfisk gonna be very nice to deal with, as we're gonna have our Entei in the back, which can hopefully just farm this thing down, and we should be able to pretty easily win this game. I think at this point of time, as the Grass Knots come through, we have this thing already very low. I just gonna save all my shields for my Entei in the back. Entei, oh actually no, I'm not just gonna go for the Fire Punch here. The most I'm gonna shield this. Yep, and now I have an Entei with 2 shields against yeah, Cresselia here. I'm just gonna shield just in case they have Future Sight, but they didn't, so I'm fine here, going for 1 Flame Charge. Flame Charge comes through. Flame Charge is gonna KO the Cresselia, and we see the Stunfisk coming in, and they have to forfeit here. Good game there. Next up, Registeel in the lead. Horrible for us. We're actually gonna go into our Diggersby, the safe swap, as we see the Alaria coming in. And this matchup gonna be very, very nice here, as we can just go for Fire Punches for 20 times, just putting him lower and lower. Yeah, it's kind of awkward to commentate this, because like it's literally nothing gonna happen for the next 10 seconds. You can skip forward or whatever for this, as we're just gonna go ahead, go for Fire Punch, go for Fire Punch, and go for Fire Punch. Those Fire Punches actually help a lot though, as this is gonna put him into range for 1 Moonblast now, which is gonna be very nice. But yeah, it's of course a little bit awkward, this matchup. If I had Hyper Beam, that would be a cool matchup. I actually thought of running Hyper Beam here. And I think at the end of the day, Hyper Beam Diggersby as a safe swap would have been way better for this team. Honestly, like I think Hyper Beam Diggersby would have been way cooler. And then just try to sweep endgame with my Entei. I think that would have been a better team, but like I cannot change it anymore, so we have to run with this. I actually think Hyper Beam would have been actually way better, to be honest. But yeah. So we see the Registeel coming in here. We can go for Fire Fang and we're gonna put them into yellow health already. Of course, they're going to be able to debuff our health with the Zap Cannon. As we go ahead, go for the Flame Charge here. Flame Charge gonna boost my attack again to the neutral stat there, as we can farm them all the way down before they can even get to a charge move when they're gonna surrender. They most likely had some grass type in the back or whatever. Didn't expect any fire types here, which is good. We see another Altaria lead. I don't know why, but Altaria lead was so common recently. I don't know, maybe it's just like such a good Pokemon right now in the meta. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure about Altaria in general with the Registeel, Stunfisk and the Walrein meta right now, but it's just so good against everything else where it doesn't have a type disadvantage. It's basically like a Flying Bastion. But we see the Deoxys Defense coming in here. I kind of make a stupid mistake here. As you can see now, I was expecting them to go for Psycho Boost here, so I'm just gonna shield up the first move and they go for Rock Slide. So yeah, this was kind of a wasted shield and I was like kind of disappointed on myself because I kind of need the shields for my Shadow Entei. Shadow Entei really needs the shields, so that was like kind of a stupid one. Even if it was Psycho Boost, it would have been fine for me. So like I don't know why I did go for this, but it's fine. They go for just Rock Slide the entire time for whatever reason. And we should be able to go now into our Cresselia. And we should try to go for the Moonblast here. And we should also try to now get them a little bit lower into red health. I'm going to try to hope that they're going to throw a Sky Attack onto my Diggersby. They're gonna go ahead, throw the move, and now I can go into my Entei. Hope that I can farm this thing down as they go into the Galarian Stunfisk. It's gonna be a race. Like, I'm gonna be able to definitely KO this thing, as we're gonna be able to go for the Flame Charge now. But it's gonna be a race if I can Fire Fang down the Altaria before it can get to another move. I'm +1 attack, and we can't. They said they get to a move just barely before. I need like 3 more moves, I think, and I would have been fine. But I guess, yeah, it wasn't that close, to be honest. But this was very funny here, to be honest. We're gonna go ahead and go into our Entei against this Mew. Very bad lead, of course, and they have Surf here, of course. But the thing here is, I have Flame Charge. And Flame Charge is a very cool move because you see here, usually I would not be able to farm down this Mew. But thanks to Flame Charge, I'm gonna be able to go ahead, go for some Fire Fangs. And I need 4 more turns before they can get to another move. And I can perfectly farm all the way down. And at this point of time, I can realign my Pokemon and I see a Swampert coming in from my opponent, which was a weird one here. Why didn't they go into this before? I get the shield and I see P-tie on this Pokemon, which is very nice for me. They go for the Hydro Cannon. I can go into my Cresselia as we're gonna get greeted by this Walrein. And I kind of make a stupid mistake by just going out immediately. I should have stayed in for a little bit. But they go for the Earthquake for whatever reason. I can go for the Earthquake. Like, why the hell are they not going for the Icicle Spear? But yeah, good game there. Thanks for the game, trainer. This is actually, I think, my favorite game. I'm gonna go ahead, go into my Entei. Horrible lead, horrible matchup here. They're gonna swap out. They're gonna go into the Azumarill. I'm gonna go ahead, go for the Iron Head against this Azumarill and get them actually pretty low. And this is the funny thing about Azumarill matchup. They actually have to throw against you, otherwise they're gonna be a little bit screwed. But yeah, we're gonna get completely hard-walled here right now, as you have the worst possible lead, basically the worst possible save swap. Let's see what they have in the back. We're gonna go ahead, go for the Grass Knot. This shouldn't KO my opponent yet. I should be able to farm all the way down though, as we can go ahead, swap immediately into a Diggersby, as we're gonna get greeted by a Shadow Swampert. And this game is of course over at this point of time. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm gonna go ahead and try to bait them, but of course they just have to go for a Hydro Cannon and they're gonna KO me, so yeah, kind of awkward here. You can go ahead and they're gonna go for their second one. Like, I'm at an Earthquake. Even if I bait here, they're gonna outspeed me at this point of time, so I cannot go for, like, I have to kind of do something else here. I'm gonna go for Fire Punch. I see the Switch Lock coming up, so I'm gonna go for another Fire Punch here. This doesn't do anything, but I can swap into my Cresselia, just barely get to the Grass Knot, and now we flipped everything. We had 2 Water types against our Pokemon in the back. Both of them are weak to Water type. We have a Ghost type against our Psychic type in the lead, where we cannot do anything, and we're still gonna flip this match here pretty easily, going for the Moonblast now, and just the baits with the Fire Punch was like such a nice, only it it was basically my only win con for this game. There was nothing that I can do. If they have Fire Blast, I'm gonna lose here still. They have Bone Tap, and they're gonna decide now that they're gonna surrender there. This was my favorite game out of all the games I played, because I got so completely hardwalled. I hit my Shadow Entei, and I still basically won there, which is insane. We see an Azumarill coming in here. This match was kind of awkward, to be honest, and yeah, I kind of regret how I played it, but still gonna be funny. So we're gonna see them going for the Ice Beam, which doesn't KO us, of course, but it's their best move most likely because they run Ice Beam and play rough. As we're gonna go ahead, go for the Earthquake. Earthquake gonna do some nice damage, but at this point of time I'm gonna shield this move up because I think I'm gonna get a shield from my opponent back anyway. And I thought maybe there's already a Fire Punch range, just because of the Mud Shot damage. I should be maybe even able to KO him with one Fire Punch here. Turns out it's not, but I'm still gonna be able to win CMP against the Azumarill here. And getting the shield now, which is kind of awkward, because do I want to realign now? I don't really want to be honest. As I'm gonna go ahead, go for one Psycho Cut, and I can go into my Entei now, and I can farm on this thing. And I see the Alolan Ninetales coming in here. I can farm all the way down, but they can just barely get to another move here. And now I'm gonna see something that I didn't know before. I'm actually going ahead and lose CMP tie against this Trevenant, but one Seed Bomb is not enough to KO us. We can go ahead, go for the charge move, get the final shield, and we can also get him already into like nearly the yellow health here, as we're gonna go ahead, go for the Moonblast. They can go for one Shadow Ball. Who's gonna win this game? We're gonna survive the Shadow Ball just barely. Going ahead, go for the play rough here, and the play rough the Moonblast here, and we're gonna be able to win this game, even though again we got hard countered, which is kind of funny. Next up, Stunfisk lead. We're gonna go ahead, go into our Entei, and we see the Azumarill coming in. So many Stunfisk Azumarill calls right now. Very, very nice meta Pokemon there. Oh, everybody is so creative right now. It's kind of insane. But yeah, of course, I'm currently somewhere at like 2,500 range because I tanked a little bit on purpose. So of course, people want to try to climb here. So I don't say that people shouldn't run meta stuff. It just, you see all the time the same stuff, which is kind of lame. But I mean, I also ran some meta stuff to get to Legend, so it's fine. We see the Grass Knot coming through, we can farm all the way down. We have one Grass Knot stored now, and we can swap out into our Diggersby. We should be able to do some nice damage now with our Diggersby against this Stunfisk, as we're gonna see them going for a move here. This was a little bit too fast. It was a Muddy Water. Who the hell plays a Muddy Water G-Fisk? Like, you play the most insane meta team here with like Azumarill G-Fisk core, and then you play Muddy Water? Like, what? But yeah, we can go ahead, go for an Earthquake, and we should be fine here with our Diggersby and getting the KO here, and yeah, we just go straight for the Earthquake and win this game at this point of time. Again, Muddy Water, like, why? Muddy Water is such a bad move. But yeah, we can go ahead, go for one Earthquake here. Earthquake actually gonna get no shielded, and we can farm down, and that's gonna be a good game. Next up, horrible matchup, Obstagoon in the lead. We're gonna go ahead and go straight for the Moonblast, of course. We want to get this thing low. If we get it low, we can get it into a range for the Fire Punch or for the Fire Fang, so we just have to hit one, but we actually get the defense at the attack drop here, which is amazing. And we're gonna be able to survive this move now pretty easily. Night Slash comes through, doesn't really do that much damage. They swap perfectly onto their Skarmory. And we can mirror now with our, we can go into our Entei, and Entei can just farm this thing down. Sadly, it's never enough to farm down in time that they don't get to another move. But we still can shield this down and shield this up, and we can just go for one Flame Charge here, trying to get the shield from my opponent. They're gonna let this move go through, and I don't really care about this now. I can just shield this up, and I can just farm all the way down, like literally. Bye-bye Obstagoon. Fire Fang comes through, we see the Nidoqueen coming in here. We sadly cannot get to another move, but we can reveal our final Pokemon, which is the Diggersby, and they just decide, I have enough, and I surrender. Good game there. Next up, Warwing against us in lead. Pretty decent lead. I kind of want them to save swap it, because I think the, especially against the Shadow version, the Entei is really, really good against it. Just because you resist their fast move and the Icicle Spear while you do nice damage with your Fire Fang against this Pokemon. So they're going to go straight for the Earthquake. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Entei. We see the Talonflame coming in here, as we can go for the Flame Charge. And yeah, when the Flame Charge come through, they're gonna let this go through, and my opponent makes a real play here. I don't understand what they're gonna try to do now, but they go for the Flame Charge, and I can farm them all the way down. I don't know why they just didn't want to throw another Flame Charge, which I had to shield before, and I don't know why they didn't go into their Swampert in the first place here, but I take this, of course, as we're gonna go ahead and get some nice damage on this thing. We already have him into like super low health, but at this point of time, We also way too low on our Cresselia, and we sadly cannot get to another move here. If we would have got to the next move here, would have been fine, but it is okay, as we can go ahead, go for one Fire Punch here, get the final shield. We can survive one move, but they can outspeed me to the next move. Unless they're gonna say swap into their war right now and I can somehow farm them down, I have no chance of winning this, and my opponent actually swaps in there, but I can farm down. So it's gonna be a good game. I can now claim my 4-1 stats as well, but yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great day. Entei is of course not the best Pokemon. If it gets incinerated, it might be cool, but yeah, like this, it's just fun, and bye.